reason why the church has lost power. In the corridor of relevance, we are absent. It's because we've lost what makes the kingdom. In the book of John, chapter 17, verse 21, please put it for me. This was the prayer of Jesus, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. This was the prayer of Jesus, that the church may be one. Thought our tribes and our revelation may differ, but we might be one. The church cannot move any revival in this end time as long as we are not one. We are not one. There is no, when I hear some people say there is a new dimension, the dimension of the glory of the latter house has not been seen, because this prayer has not come to pass. The chief intercessor prayed that they may be one, but up till today we are not one. The Pentecostal is preaching against the Catholic, and so what? Whether they say their rosary, what concerns you if they are not defiling God? I thank God for the Catholic. I thank God for the Orthodox. Well, am I talking to somebody? And so what if they are white garment church? What is the reason? Whether they wear white and you don't like their face. And so what if they call Jesus and they praise? Allow God to judge the work and not you. The last time I checked, you never died for any of the denomination. My brother and sister, let us face our work and respect everybody's boundary, and respect the Catholic, respect the Pentecostal, respect the Aladra, respect the white garment, the cherubim, respect everyone. The reason why we cannot take over in Nigeria, we are too divided and we call it spirituality. That is not spirituality. John 17:21, the prayer of the chief intercessor, that they may be one. I don't like their operation. You don't need to like the operation. You don't need to. Sir, ma, we don't need to like the operation. Different gifts of the Spirit. We don't need to. Please sit down. In the Pentecostal, people lie on the altar. Does it make us fake? Miracles are arranged. Does it make all of us fake? People preach like angels, but they have children in Dubai, in Italy, in America, and yet you don't see blood in their mouth. Does it make every other preacher fake? Please, if we don't like them, let's wait on the last day to see the chief judge on the white throne judgment, judging everyone and the works of what he has done. I cannot say, I might not like what you are doing. I will face my front and respect my work. Let every man face his work and believe that the God of the work will try our work with fire. Are there bad elements in Orthodox church? Yes. In Aladra? Yes. In Pentecostal? Yes. Does it make all of us fake? No. When I discovered myself, I made up my mind. I did where I do. I did face my front. Because I have discovered that even though I lie down and roll, people that hate me will never change their mind. Iginla used to talk boldly. I am wired like this. Now my wire. As I did so, the electric don't they contact again. They do. Am I talking to somebody here? This is my wire. This is how I get to where I am. Hear me very well with due respect to everybody. We are too divided. We can't see the next level. If people filled a stadium and crowd gather, what has made it evil? They gathered in the name of the Lord. When you go for program, people gather. Your own is okay. When other people gather, their own is not okay. What has happened to the church? People make altar call. Sinners are crying. You are saying it's not real. But when you make altar call, your own is real. There is a demon that have eaten up the church. Hello? Let me talk to you. Hear me very well. Let me just digress a little bit to talk to you. I want to preach on Maranatha. There are some things I need to break down for you. Hear me. The earlier the better we begin to understand that we are pursuing heaven, but heaven is the goal. But there's something above that goal. And I will explain to you. Heaven at last. Yes. I want to be very polite with my revelation. But hear me. In the book of John 17, verse 15, Jesus was praying and he even told the Father not to remove us from the earth. Let me show you. So it means there's something about this earth. If we don't learn how to coexist now, what is coming ahead, you might not be qualified for it. Put it. John 17, 15. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. And I pray, Lord, that thou shouldest take them out of the world. Who prayed that? That is Jesus praying. That he should not take us out of the world. Yeah. When I stumbled into this scripture, I said, God, what is on your mind? And God said to me, you have not read Revelation well. If you study Revelation, you will understand my mind. Revelation 21. Let me show you the mind of God. Heaven at last. Yes. But there's something after that heaven you are looking for. Put Revelation 21. Let me show you. That's the desire of the Father. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Hey. When I stumbled into this scripture, God said to me, this earth that you see and the heaven that you see, I will roll them away for a new one to come. Yes, that's scriptural. So, cutting up to meet him in the sky is not the final goal. This is the final goal. Put verse 2. I'm not the one reading it. I'm not the one that wrote it. It's there. Let's read it. Revelation, verse 2. And John saw a holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from heaven. For coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as bride adorned and a husband. Now, a New Jerusalem. Go on. Verse 3. Verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the God himself shall be with them and their God. That is the final habitation. This heaven that you are saying I want to go to, he will roll it. This earth, he will roll it. Then there will not be a new heaven and a new earth. Then there is a new Jerusalem that will come down. Put verse. Let me show you. You think this earth is useless? This earth, we are finally coming back here. That's the scripture. I'm not the one. And I heard a great voice from heaven saying, put the next verse. Verse 4. Verse 4. Verse 4. And God shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any pain, for the former things are passed away. When I read this and I discovered that God said that we melt the earth and the heaven. Then there will be a new heaven. Put that verse 2 because some of you are looking at me like I'm the one that formed it. And I heard a great voice. Verse 2, verse 2, verse 2, verse 2. And John saw the holy Jerusalem coming. No, let's read verse 1. Verse 1. And I saw what? No, old heaven. A new heaven. And a what? For the first heaven and the first earth passed away. Give me another version. Another version. Because some of them are looking at me as if I'm the one preaching. And there I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. Give me another version that talks with another language. And the sea existed no more. That's it. So this one that I'm going to heaven. I'm going to heaven. You will get to the heaven and then come back to this earth. And we will now reign with him. So if you think that this earth is useless, learn how to live with people now. If you cannot live with your fellow human being now, you cannot coexist when that new heaven and the new earth come. Do you know why? Every day is his presence to me. Ephesians 2:6 or so. That's it. When I hear people say, we are waiting to experience. No. When you receive Jesus, put it there, please. Help me. Ephesians 2. He also raised us up with him and seated us with him. Where? Where are you seated? Where are you seated? So when I hear people say heaven at last, we are already in heaven. We are seated with him. There is a level you enter. You switch from the earth to the heavens and from the heavens to the earth. That's why when people see you, when you are talking, they say, how? What manner of authority? It's because we are seated. We are not visiting. We are seated in heavenly places. Some of us, we get to heaven, it will not be strange to us. Because we are like Brother Paul, who was taken to the first, second, and third heaven. We visited the place.